Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So this is the part 2 of the Victorian corsets that we drafted. I'll leave the link to the part 1 in the comment section or the description box so that you check it out if you have not yet watched it. Okay, so I've placed my drafted paper on my fabric and then I've made all my markings and we are going to cut it. Then we'll place it on our lining and then cut it, then we'll continue. Okay, so this is the front part, that is 1 2. This is the back part, so let's deal with the front part now. This, in the other video I said I'm going to add half inch, but I made it 0.75, more than half inch, so that I can fix my boning in it. So all this is 0.75, 0.75 all through, 0.75, 0.75, but the upper part here is half inch, 0.5, here 0.5, 0.75. This is the middle. We are not going to cut it into two, so I folded it into two, you see, and then I place it equally at this part, and then here is 0.75. do you get it? Now at the down part I added 1.5 to it. I might either cut it off as we go on, or I will use it to turn it in depending on what I want. So I added 1.5. so if I decide to cut it off, then I'm going to cut 1 inch off, because the half inch will be to join the lining. Do you get it? So let's cut this. And so the side too is the same, 0.75, 0.75 all through. Down here 1.5. Here is the waistline. Yes, so I added 2 inches. Like I said, I want enough allowance there so that I can easily reduce it if I want to reduce it, or open up if I want to open up. Up here is half inch. Do you get it? Okay, so going to cut this. The front part of it, and so this, if I open up, let me open up for you to see. So this is it, you see. Okay, let me take it back. Now this is the back part, so I'm going to cut this, the first one. So that one too is the same thing. So the third one, this is 0.75, but I remembered I'm going to add 2 inches, so I have to extend it. So don't get confused. So this is it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place all of this on a lining and then cut the lining, then we'll continue. Okay guys, so this is it. I have my stiff inside for both. This is for the back, for both. So for the lining and also for the fabric, I have stiff in it. So I'm going to join them. So let's first join the back, then we'll join the front. The zip line is this is the fabric. So I'm going to, you can see I've made my marks in it. I decided to place this on top this way and then mark the paper out, the shape out. You see the excess that I have here, mark it out, and then mark the zip line and this also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on this zip line. I'm going to run large stitches on it. After I'll remove it. This is the lining. I'm going to do the same thing for it. So I have both joined together. I'm going to hold this part also the same way. I'm going to attach it to this. This is the lining. So I'll just take this one this way. So make sure that you arrange it so that you don't get confused. And then sew on the line. You see, and then this one will come here. I'm going to sew on this line. Arrange it perfect and sew on it. So it's going to be like this. So I'm going to join it this way. Coming to this also, I'm going to join it to it this way. You see? You see? So that you don't turn it. So make sure you have your paper on it. So this is the third one, which is going to the side. So I'll take the lining and I'm going to join this to it this way. And hold this. And this one will come this way. And hold this. So you see, this is where the extra inch is going to use this. You see, I'm not everything else. See? I'll do the same thing on the fabric also. So this is it. You see, so I'm going to sew all this. When I finish, I'll just open it up this way, open it this way, and iron it through, iron everything through. Okay, so let's do the front part also. So with the front part, so this is the first one, the second one. Okay, so this will come to the side. So this one here, this one here, okay, this one here. Okay, so the one. You know the allowance we added, that is 0.75. So that is what you will do. Just make sure you place your paper or your pattern on it and then draw everything out. You get it? That's how I did it for all. Okay. So this also here. Okay. Also now. So that is it for the fabric. I'm going to sew all of that and then open up and iron it down. I'll do the same thing for the lining, then I'll show the end result to you. Okay guys, so here is it. I'm done joining it and I've ironed this and the dot lines. We are going to insert our bone in there, and what I did was to sew at the edge. This is the back. Do the same thing here. Here I didn't do anything. Like this is where this is the zip allowance. Okay, so you see, and this and same here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is So the front two here is it, you see. Now the front I've not yet sewn on top of the line because this place is very small here. So what I've decided to do, because if I sew on it, I will find it difficult pushing my boning through here. So what I've decided to do is, when I take the boning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this side. I'll just come here like this, leave half an inch because we are going to attach it to the lining this way, fix it in, and then I'll sew on top, and then this way, and then I'll sew on top of it. Do you get it? And everything will be okay. So I'll do it that way. I'll do that for the front. I'll fix it in and then sew on top. Do you get it? Now I've decided to shape the down of my dress. Remember we added 2 inches to this, and this is where I've marked the 2 inches at the down here. Now I'm going to measure 1.5 instead of 2 inches here. Okay, and then I'll come to the waist side. This is the actual line, so let me start from 1.5 here. Okay, and I'm going to come up by, like, let's say the length of this dress is 24, so I'm going to take like 3 inches from it. So I'm going to join it to this here. So this is what I intend to do. So I'm going to cut this off. So here you see I have the 1.5 also here. So here I don't want it to be, how do you call it, slanted like this. Okay, so I'm going to make this place straight. Okay, and then from here I'm going to join it to this one. Cut it this way, or you can also decide to turn the curve in this way and then cut it however you want it. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the back, join it together in the same way. I'll come down like 1/2 inch. When you open up, it's going to be like this. You see. So what I'll do is I'm going to have this down here and then this on top, and we are going to join it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the thread. I've been able to create the line, so I'm going to take off the thread. This is the one that goes with it. So I'm going to on 1/2 inch, and then I'll turn it here. This is the line. Sew it, make sure I arrange it well, and sew it on top on 1/2 inch the same way. You see, get everything equal. I'll do the same thing for this side also. For the front part, this is the middle. I'm coming here 2.5. I'm going to take, starting from this, to come to let me fold it equally. This is it for the front. It's going to be like this also. So the next thing to do is just, I will first do the boning for the front like I showed you, and then after I'm going to have this on top like this. Make sure that it is meeting each other this way. From this side, you see, 1/2 inch all through to this. You get it. I'm going to use this paper solid tape to seal the ends of the bone. I'm going to seal it this way. See, and then seal it this way also. You see, to protect the client. Okay, guys, so here is it. I'm done with the front part. So this is it, you see. And so after joining it at the upper part here, then I also join the down part. So let me put this aside. Now this is the back one. What I have done is, this is the upper part. I've joined it at the upper part and then join it at the zip line. Same with this one also, upper part and then zip line. Do you get it? So I've left this side. This is the side. So we'll turn it from here. Now before I will sew the down part, I'm going to fix in my boning. Do you get it? I'll fix it in before I will. I'm going to come out a little, like 1/2 inch, and then cut it, and then push it back. So this is it. Okay guys, so I've added zip to the back. This is it, and I've marked out the allowance. So I'm going to sew on this. So what I have to do is just to pick the front and then face it this way, and I'm going to sew on it. Sew on this, and then I'll do the same thing for this side also. Before I do this, I've decided to add this to the back so that I'll add rope. It's not compulsory, you can leave it like that, but I want to add it to it. So what I have here is 1.5. When you add this to it, is 2.5. Do you get it? So I'm going to place it here this way on this line here this way, you see, and then I'll sew on top. Then after I'll turn it and it's going to be like this, you see. I'm going to make it that way. Now this is how I went by it. I have this here 5, each is like 3, let's say 3, almost 4 inches. Okay, and so what I'll do is this, I've added stiff to each, and so what I'm going to do is I'll first take one like this, fold it equally this way, and I'm going to place it here, you see. And I'm going to sew on top. Then I'll measure from this to the next one is going to be 2.5. I gave it 2.5 intervals. Now pick another one, then place it at where the 2.5 is. You see, and then make sure this and this are equal. This one is longer than this, so I'll just pull it back a bit and then make sure they are equal. Then I'll sew on top. So I'll do it that way till I get to where I need to get, or I finish this. So I'm going to sew on top, and then after I'll sew here and I'll sew here. Okay, then I'll turn it and then iron it very well. Then after ironing it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in the middle this way, and then when I iron, after turning it and ironing, I'll place the boning there, you see, and I'm going to sew on top or to the down. Do you get it? I hope you get what I'm saying. Yes. So this one, the middle here, I have boning here and I've sewn on top, you see. So that's how I'm going to do with this one also. So I'll do that and then we'll continue. Okay guys, so here is it. I'm done attaching. So it's going to be like this, and I've made this long rope that I'm going to use to lace it. Okay, okay, so now with the side here, you can choose to leave it like that, or you can choose to add boning here. So what I'll do is, when I pick the boning, you see, I'm going to have it here, boning here. So I will first sew it down. I'll leave some inches here, okay, like this, and I'm going to sew on top straight down, you see, and up to this place, and then cut it off. Do you get? I'm going to sew it, and then after, the next thing I'll do is I will turn it this way, and then I'll sew here one, and then I'll sew the other side also on the dress down, and that way. So I'll do it for here, I'll do the same thing for this side and this side. Do you get it? Then that way, or you can also decide to leave it like that, it will be okay. But if you want it to be more firm at the side, then you have to add a boning to it. So I might even decide not to do it, but I just want to teach you in case you want to do it this way, you know, because I decided to leave this allowance so that whenever I want to tighten it, I can easily tighten it, or when I want to lose it a bit, I can easily lose it. That is why I decided to have extra allowance. But you can decide not to have the extra allowance. Maybe you leave just the sewing allowance and then sew everything inside and add your boning at the side. But I choose to have extra allowance here. So I can choose to leave it like that. I can also choose to add a boning. So in case you do it this way and you want to add boning, just go it the way I'm teaching you. This side will have 3 thread line, but when you turn it to the correct side, it will have only 2 thread line. Do you get? So that is it. So we are going to fix the hand or the sleeve. Okay, so we are going to fix the sleeve, and the kind of sleeve that I'm going to make, I decided to have this strap there, so it's 1.5 inches. Okay, so I wore the dress and fixed it so that I would know the correct measurement for it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use needle and thread to secure this. Okay, to sew on top. I'm going to do it inside so it will not show here. And I have this cape sleeve here. I have this cape. I made two, and I have the video there. The difference between these two is that here is wide, the shoulder here is wide. In the video is this one, and it's 4.5, the shoulder here, but this is 7 inches. So I'm going to use this one. I'll use this for something different. And so I'm going to use thread and needle to first secure this. I also place the cape on my shoulder to know where I'm going to attach it to the dress. Do you get it? So I've marked two lines that I'm going to use this one. So it's going to be on it this way, and I'm still going to use thread and needle to secure it. So I'm going to secure it to the strap. Do you get it? Okay. After, I'm going to take it to the back, and then the back too, I have marked it. You see, so it's like this, and I'm going to attach it the same way. I'm going to hold the middle here, just a little here. I have it in place. So when I wear, there's no way this one is going to move. It will be in place. So I'm going to do the same thing for this side also. Okay guys, so here is it. You see, here is it, and this is the back. So please, if you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, like and share this video. So I'm going to wear this for you to see. Bye bye.